My fellow Americans, greetings. I wanted to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about what occurred earlier today, this morning, the announcement made by the President of the United States. I believe this. Believe this motivates us to reflect. I mentioned this in the last live stream that I did not too long ago, that our country is so politically divided right now. There's a division. It's not only affecting our two-party system of government, the two political parties, but it's also contaminating and affecting our citizens. And I believe, in light of the events this morning, that we need to take a moment to reflect, think, and our country needs to basically press the reset switch. I believe this could be the first step of the path of healing and restoration for our country. And a lot of events have occurred in just the last few days that have shown how contaminated our political parties are, especially the Republican side of the aisle. I believe, and the reason I chose to do this live stream is because I want to issue a challenge, a call to the Republican candidate running for president and to the Republican Party, which has decidedly backed him this week. Mr. Former President, if you are a man of God, if you believe in God, then you know what the next step you have to do is. You need to pray and reconsider your decision of accepting the nomination for the Republican Party. Now, this statement will anger many. It will upset many. And it is most likely because these individuals that react in that way do not clearly understand the situation. They clearly do not understand what's going on. They are blinded by their contaminated political ideology. I believe that if we want our country to go back on a path of restoration and healing, we need to start fresh. This means fresh candidates on both sides of the aisle. The fact that President Biden has withdrawn from the election is the first step. I believe that President Trump should give serious reconsideration in accepting the Republican nomination. I believe that if we truly want our country to bounce back and begin a journey on the path to healing and restoration, that both sides of the aisle must bring forth fresh candidacies that will bring about this restoration. For too long now, The fight and the argument has been Biden versus Trump, Trump versus Biden. I think that as a nation, we need to strive away from that now. We need fresh new leaders that will bring this country to a closer arrival at healing and restoration. I believe that if done so, this will bring us much, much closer to restoring our country and eliminating once and for all the affliction of division that has plagued and has contaminated this great nation. I encourage and challenge President Trump and the RNC to reconsider the candidacy and nomination for their party. I believe it is in the best interest of our country to take a moment to reflect, to begin anew. This is no longer the fight between Biden and Trump. This is now the battle. This is the path of restoration for our great nation. And to do that, we need to eliminate all facets that have plagued and caused this great division. And unfortunately, or fortunately, this includes the current nominee for the Republican ticket. I think it's plainly obvious that even though the president is no longer running for re-election, there is still going to be hatred and animosity toward President Trump. The fact that there was an attempt on his life only further confirms this. And I believe that the risk, however great or however small, is still a risk and is still there. If we want our country to bounce back and be healed, we need to start anew and start fresh. I know this is going to be difficult, so close to the election, but I believe that it is necessary for the well-being of our country. I will tag this video for both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, because I believe this message is of utmost importance to the well-being of our nation. I want to take this time to thank each and every one of you that have listened to what I've had to say and consider what it was said. God, I hope our country bounces back. I want to thank you, each and every one of you. And I want to say, may God bless our nation. Thank you, and God bless America.